All right, let's talk about something that's, well, completely changing the game. Real-world assets, or RWAs. We're past the point of just talking about tokenization as a cool idea. Now the real question is, how do we build the actual functional infrastructure to make it all work? So today, we're going to break down what it really takes to bring tangible, real-world value on-chain and do it reliably and at a massive scale. Let's get right into it. You know, this quote, it really gets to the heart of the matter, doesn't it? For centuries, ownership was, well, kind of boring. It was static. A piece of paper stuffed in a drawer, a name on a title deed. It was just stuck. It couldn't move, couldn't adapt. But right now, we are on the verge of a massive shift, one where ownership becomes dynamic, interactive, and get this, even intelligent. So, here's our game plan. First, we'll explore this new future of ownership. Then, we're going to get real about the tough problems that have to be solved. After that, we'll dive into how Uptick Network is tackling these challenges with a really robust solution. And finally, we'll show you how you can jump in and be part of the conversation. All right, so first up, let's really dig into this foundational shift in how we even think about ownership. I mean, for centuries, it's just been a static thing, right? We're moving away from it being just a simple label of, hey, that's mine, to something so much more dynamic. So think about what this really means. An asset is no longer just a passive thing sitting there. Suddenly, it can be programmed to react to real-world events. It can automatically pay out income or even verify its own compliance rules. It's this programmability that's the absolute game changer. It unlocks totally new forms of liquidity, it opens up markets to literally anyone in the world, and it completely rewrites the rulebook on what an asset can even do. Okay, but here comes the reality check. The vision is frankly incredible, but actually getting there, it's really complex. You see, it's pretty easy to just create a token for an asset. Anyone can do that. But making that token truly useful, secure, and valuable, well, that's a whole other story. So let's break down the 3 biggest challenges facing the entire RWA space right now. So, problem number 1, the specificity problem. And it's pretty simple, really. Not all real-world assets are created equal. I mean, not even close. They're incredibly diverse, and that diversity, it creates a huge headache for anyone trying to build the infrastructure. I mean, just take a look at these examples. A carbon credit has an expiration date. A painting is a one-of-a-kind physical thing. A real estate deed has all these specific legal hoops you have to jump through to transfer it. Each one has its own unique life cycle, its own set of rules. A one-size-fits-all approach? No way. It's more like one size fits none. And think about it. If you try to cram all these completely different assets into one single rigid box, what happens? You just end up creating more silos. You build the exact same walled gardens and create the same gatekeepers that Web3 was meant to get rid of in the first place. It's simple. The infrastructure has to adapt to the asset, not the other way around. Period. Okay, on to the second big problem, the stability problem. And let me tell you, this one is absolutely critical. It's non-negotiable. Why? Because when you're dealing with real-world value, we're talking houses, art, businesses, you're also dealing with real-world consequences. There's just zero room for error here. This image just says it all, right? Everything, the token itself, the apps built on top, the financial instruments, all of it rests on the stability of that base layer. It's like the foundation of a house. If that foundation has cracks, the whole thing can come tumbling down. It's that serious. And if you're a serious asset issuer, you're looking at things like an unstable network or crazy, volatile transaction fees, and you're seeing massive red flags. You need confidence. You need consistency. You need to know the ground beneath your feet is solid, because you're not just building for next week. You're building for the long term. You can't afford to bet your business on infrastructure that's built for hype instead of durability. And that brings us to the final piece of the puzzle, the connectivity problem. Because look, an asset's value is pretty limited if it's just sitting on an island by itself, totally cut off from real-world data and disconnected from the rest of the crypto world.
Yeah, this quote absolutely nails it. Without reliable oracles, you lose the very thing that gives this whole idea its value. You know, oracles are basically the bridges. They connect what's happening in the real world to the logic on the blockchain. They're what feed in the data that makes an asset smart and programmable. We're talking about interest rate changes, shipping updates, you name it. Without that live connection, your token is just a static digital file. It's not very smart at all.
And you know, connectivity isn't just about data. It's also about portability. A token that's trapped on a single chain, It's stuck in another one of those walled gardens. To unlock its true utility and tap into deep pools of liquidity, it has to be able to move. It needs to go wherever the demand is, wherever the capital is flowing, freely and easily.
So, okay, we've laid out these three huge problems: specificity, stability, and connectivity. These are the big ones. The good news is they can be solved, and this is where Uptick Network comes into the picture. It's an infrastructure that was literally designed from the ground up to tackle these exact challenges head-on.
So at a high level, how does Uptick solve these core problems? Well, for specificity, it uses a modular, layered architecture, no forcing square pegs into round holes. For stability, it's built for the long haul, to give issuers total confidence. For connectivity, it's got cross-chain bridges and Oracle integration baked right in. And super important, it tackles compliance with rules you can set at the asset level and a privacy-first design.
Let's dive a little deeper into stability. A purpose-built chain like Uptick provides that rock-solid foundation we were talking about earlier. Its whole architecture is engineered for constant activity and for managing assets over their entire lifecycle. This gives issuers that certainty they crave, the knowledge that what they build today will still be secure and working perfectly years from now.
And what about connectivity? Well, having support for things like IBC and having a dedicated cross-chain bridge, that's absolutely key. This is how a network like Uptick makes sure assets don't get trapped in silos. It means they can move from one chain to another, taking all their data and history with them, and tap into liquidity across the entire Web3 ecosystem. No more islands.
Now, let's talk compliance, because this is a big one. Uptick's approach is all about privacy first. It uses really cool tools like zero-knowledge proofs, which let you embed rules like identity checks or "you can't sell this in this country" directly into the asset itself. The upshot? You get compliance without creating some big centralized surveillance system. It puts users back in control of their own data, which is how it should be.
Okay, so you've built all this robust infrastructure. What does it actually let you do? Well, one of the most powerful things it unlocks is fractionalization. This is the idea that you can take these super high-value assets, things that were once totally out of reach for most of us, and break them down into smaller, affordable, and tradable pieces.
And this is about so much more than just making investments accessible. It's about building entire communities around assets. Imagine fans being able to co-own a piece of their favorite artist's new album, or a neighborhood collectively investing in a new local park. It completely aligns everyone's incentives and turns people who are just passive observers into active, engaged supporters.
Look, the whole RWA narrative is way past the what-if stage. This isn't just a theory anymore. The infrastructure is getting really mature, and real adoption is happening right now. We're not just reinventing the idea of ownership, we're rebuilding how it actually works from the ground up. And this is your invitation to be a part of building it.
So if you want to dive deeper, if you want to actually engage with the people who are building and shaping this space, the absolute best place to start is the Uptick RWA Special Interest Group. They call it the SIG. It's a community that is 100% dedicated to this topic. Just scan the code you see on your screen. It'll take you right to their focused discussion on Telegram. Seriously, this is where the real work is happening. Don't miss out on your chance to be part of the conversation.